Shalom Israel, Shalom, Shalom. Brother Naquam, Watchman for Israel, coming back at you with these precepts and another cold cut, giving, of course, all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Hamashiach, wa Malak Yahweh Shai. And the topic of this cold cut is, are you prepared? All right, because you have to be prepared of what's about to happen. A lot of people, they'll read these gospels and they'll read certain things, but they're overlooking what's going to happen to them directly, pertaining to Jacob's trouble, pertaining towards the day of the evil time when martial law kick off, and certain things are going to happen. And this cold cut is to remind you and prepare you mentally of what's going to happen. All right. So let's go to Matthew the 10th chapter and the 16th verse. It says, "Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as a dove." So you're supposed to be wise out here in the world and be circumspect and have knowledge of what's going to happen. Knowledge of wickedness and knowledge of righteousness. But you're not supposed to be in the wickedness. You're supposed to know what it is. Right? That's being wise as a serpent. Having common sense. They call it street smart. You understand? And you want to be harmless as a dove. Alright? Verse 17. But here's the point. "But beware of men, for they will deliver you up to the councils, and they shall scourge you in their synagogues." So men are going to deliver you up to councils. Deliver you up to the governor. They may deliver you up to the court system. You know, they may deliver you up to the Supreme Court. They may deliver you up to they may put you on a boat, a damn bus, and have you get transported to the White House. So men are going to deliver you up. And these men could be your so-called friends. You know, they could be brothers in your congregation. They could be sellouts, traitors, your parents, your cousin, your brother, your sister. Right? Because what Esau is going to do is they'll bust down in a house and be like, "Look, do you know this person?" They'll hold a gun to your head, or they'll hold a gun to that person's wife's head, or their mother, like, "Do you know this person?" And like, "Well, yeah, she say such and such and such and such," or he stay over here, and then he wear the fringes, and he got a beard, he about 5'9", and that's it, man. And they're gonna take you and deliver you up. That's going to happen. The Lord didn't say this might happen. He didn't say that's a possibility. There's a chance that could happen. He says, but they will. He says, for they will deliver you up. So you will be delivered up, if that's your lot. To the councils, and they shall scourge you in their synagogues. And that happened to the apostles. Remember, Peter was delivered up. Paul was often delivered up. Stephen was delivered up. They were scourged and beaten in the synagogues. And ye shall be brought forth, and ye shall be brought before governors and kings for my sake, for a testimony against them and the Gentiles. You're going to be brought forth before kings, man. Some Israelites may be delivered up before Donald Trump, before the delegate, your congressman. You understand, these senators, these wicked men at high places. You're going to get delivered up before them. You may be in chains, bent down, waiting. You may be locked up in a prison hold, right? And they're going to lock you up because the Lord said in Revelation 12:17 that the dragon was wroth with the woman and went to make war against the remnant of her seed, which keep the commandments of God. So Esau is going to make war, and when you make war, you take people into captivity. He's going to take a lot of the Israelites into captivity, into prison camps, into FEMA camps, into these officers and these delegates and these rulers, and you're going to be held accountable. And the Most High is going to try you in that day. They may offer you money and say, "Look, man, you know, such and such and such and such, just take this money and tell us who this person is, or denounce this, denounce the Most High, denounce that Bible thing, get down with this newer order." They can do all types of things, man. They can like take this RFID chip and forget the Most High. So that's what's going to happen when you get delivered up to these councils, man. You may get delivered up with like 10 other Israelites. You may have 3 of them sell out and take that money, and 7 of them and 4 of them died, and the angel come down and break down the last couple, and y'all escape. You don't know what could happen in that day, man. But you're supposed to be prepared in that day, right? They may force you to eat swine's flesh. Remember, it said in 2nd Ezra, the 16th chapter, they shall feed you with things offered unto idols, being idle, meaning you're going to be constrained, and they're going to force you to partake in certain events. Rather, they force you to eat pork like they did in 2nd Maccabees chapter 6 and 7. Force you to eat some shellfish. Force you to shave your beard. All right, so I'm telling you what's going to happen. These things will happen. And they should be brought forth before governors. We have actual governors. You got the governor of Maryland. You got the governor of Virginia, governor of New York, governor of California. All these different governors you see running for governor. And a lot of those may be Jakes too. You got Jake governors. All right. And kings for my sake, for a testimony against them and the Gentiles. But when they deliver you up, keep paying attention, and notice how the Most High is not saying, or Yahweh Shai is not saying, if they deliver you up, or they could deliver you up, or they should. He says, but when they deliver you up. So this will happen. If that's your lot, you're going to get delivered up. But when they deliver you up, take no thought how or what ye shall speak, for it shall be given you in that same hour what ye shall speak. So when you get delivered up, don't sit there and meditate like, man, I'm a custom out, or I can't wait to sell out. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have a lot of Jakes say that, man, this Israelite stuff, I just want an RFID chip. Man, I can't do it. I'm down with the New World Order. I'm just praise Satan. They're going to take thought of that. But you're going to have a lot of Israelites. They're going to be like, look, man, they planning on cussing these devils out. They planning on trying to cut them up with scriptures. You know, you're going to have a lot of Israelites planning, man. Right now, they're planning that day, man. You may be watching the video planning what you're going to say to these Edomites when you get delivered up. The Lord said, take no thought. Because the Lord said this. Let's go to Luke chapter 21 and 15, I believe. Let's get this precept. Luke chapter 21 and 15. And it reads, well, I'll read 14. Settle it therefore in your hearts not to meditate before what ye shall answer. Because they're going to interrogate you. Right? And even in those rooms, Esau, he dealt with torture tactics, man. He dealt with waterboarding, right? He dealt with chopping off fingers. He dealt with flashing those bright lights and high sound frequency sounds and high kilowatt lights in to blind you and had your ears bleeding through the sound of the music and had you bugging out. They do things like that, man. You know, put you in a room full of rats and stuff, and they'll do all types of torture tactics, man. When you look at the medieval ages, and it's not to put fear in you, but this is just real life, so you can be prepared of what's going to happen. You know, the medieval times, they deal with all of those torture devices, man. Drawing a cord and pulling people in half and all of that. So, look, the Lord says settle it, because you may be like, well, I'm a custom out. You know what I'm saying? You do such and such and such and such. The Lord says settle it therefore in your hearts not to meditate before what ye shall answer. For I will give you the Lord said, I will give you a mouth and wisdom, which all your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay nor resist. So the Most High is going to put the words in your mouth either to confound them. They may be like, well, let them go free. You never know. You know what I'm saying? It says, but when they deliver you up, take no thought how or what ye shall speak, for it shall be given you in that same hour what ye shall speak. For it is not ye that speak, but the Spirit of your Father which speaketh in you. And the brother shall deliver up the brother to death. So you may have a brother, he's going to deliver you up. You may have a biological younger brother or an older brother you cool with. They may not even be in the truth, but y'all still cordial, y'all still cool. You know, you may go out to eat with them and, you know, might bring up the truth every now and then to him. But he's going to deliver you up, because the Holy Spirit not dealing with him. You may have brothers in your congregation, they're going to deliver you up. They're going to sell out to the New World Order and to the spiritual demon Satan and Esau, and they're going to deliver you up to these Edomites. Look, I don't know nothing about being an Israelite. They're going to shave off their beard and take their fringes and tuck them in and say, look, I'm not an Israelite. They're going to deny the Lord. Like, look, these brothers, they Israelites. And Esau, they're going to give them a deal on the side, you know what I'm saying, and they're going to sell out. They're going to deliver up their brother. Now, you have your actual brother, they may kick down your door, and look, you may be hiding. In Jacob's trouble, you may be hiding in the house, somewhere in the damn basement or in the attic, right? And your family know that you're an Israelite, but they're like, we got you. They kick down the door and say, where's such and such and such and such at? Your brother may be like, look, he upstairs. And that's him delivering you up. Remember, it didn't say it might, it could. It says, and brother shall deliver up brother to death, and the father the child. So you have these old parents who don't believe in the truth, who hate their children because the children righteous, and those parents are going to deliver up the children. Your mother may deliver up the daughter, the father's going to deliver up the son. Yeah, that's him. Keep telling me I can't eat pork. Get him out of here. I hate him. I disowned him. A lot of times when you come to the truth, your parents secretly disown you, man. Right? They'll choose sides and they'll deal with the worldly children more than they deal with the children in the truth. And they're going to deliver up the children in the truth up to these Edomites and these other nations. And brother shall deliver up brother to death, and the father the child, and the children shall rise up against their parents and cause them to be put to death. So even the children who are wicked and rebellious, those 2/3 children, they're going to rise up against their parents and cause their parents to get put to death. And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake, but he that endureth to the end, the same shall be saved. So you're going to be hated of all men. All nations, people are going to want to kill you. The Lord said in John chapter 16:1, and this is coming soon. Jacob's trouble is coming soon. John chapter 16:1. It says, these things have I spoken unto you, that ye should not be offended. They shall put you out of the synagogues. Right? On a carnal level, that's them. They're not going to deal with you anymore. They're going to cast you out. It says, yea, the time cometh that whosoever killeth you will think that he doeth God service. So the Most High said there's a time coming where you got people killing you, killing the Israelites, but they're going to actually think in a warped, bugged out mind that they're actually doing the will of the Most High. When really you doing the will of the Most High, but the Lord is going to confound these. You got a lot of Christian radicals, right? You got these, when you watch the Southern Poverty Law Center, they got a lot of Christian radical groups, you know, these black Christians, these zealots, these pastors, these people that be in the church catching the Holy Spirit. Because what Esau is going to do is he's going to have so much negative propaganda out there. He's going to convince the Babylonian public, the American public, and the known world that the children of Israel are terrorists, they entice riots, they're black supremacists, they're racist, right? And that's what Esau is going to do. He's going to condition the mind of these people to think that we actually terrorists. And he's doing that now through his TV. They call us Black Hebrew Israelites, a militant organization. We don't go out there and fight anybody. All we do is prophesy. All right, that's what the prophets do. And that's what they did in ancient Rome. They put that negative propaganda out there for the Christians, the Israelites out there. Paul, Barnabas, Silas, Silvanus, Timotheus. They was out there prophesying in Rome, and they kicked out the Jews out of Rome. And they was burning a lot of them up and throwing them into prison and crucifying them all throughout Rome. Right? And that's before 70 AD. And they did that after 70 AD. And that's why John got exiled to the island of Patmos. That's why the 12 apostles were killed and martyred in horrible fashion. So that's what Esau is going to do through his media, his TV, internet, radio, newspaper, apps on your phone, propaganda. It's all going to be used to convince the world that the children of Israel are terrorists. So these Christians, they're like, look, these are black terrorists. They're of Satan. And a lot of these Christians and Catholics, they're going to try to want to kill you, man. Right? They are going to kill you. The Lord said they that killeth you would think that they're doing God's service. Right? So you got to be prepared for those things, man. Your mom's a Christian. Your dad a Christian. They think you of Satan. They actually say that, man. They think that you wicked. That you racist. That you shouldn't talk to people like that. You shouldn't talk to the white man like that. Let's all get along. First of all, we're doing the will of the Most High. That's what the Lord told us to do. Whether you believe it or not, that's what the Most High told us to do. The God in your mind is not the God that we believe in. You believe in Esau, the so-called white man. Whether you believe it or not, you've been conditioned and trained to. We believe in Yahweh Bashem Yahushua and what the Most High told us to do to condemn this wicked society. But these people of the earth, they don't believe that. Like I said, these Jehovah's Witnesses you encounter, these Christians that go to Bible study 7 times a day and, you know, they zealous. You got that zeal, they want to kill you, right? Well, I've encountered Christians like that, man. They want to actually fight you. Right? So I'm telling you to be prepared. And the Lord said in Luke chapter 21, I'm going to close out with this one. The Lord said, pray that you are counted worthy to escape all these things and stand before the Son of Man. So you want to pray that you're worthy to escape all those things. Because some Israelites may not even deal with this, man. But some of them are. This is Luke 21:36. Watch ye therefore and pray always. Not sometimes. Not once a day. Not twice a day. Pray instantly, right? Pray without ceasing. Watch ye therefore and pray always, that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass and to stand before the Son of Man. So you want to pray that you don't even have to deal with that, man. For real. Nobody want to deal with that. Right? But the Lord said, pray that you are accounted worthy, because you have a lot of Israelites, they're not going to be dealing with that, man. You know? That's what the Lord said in Job, the 5th chapter. They're not going to be dealing with getting delivered up. You have Israelites that's not martyrs. A lot of Israelites going to be laughing in those days, man. While other Israelites getting delivered up, certain Israelites, they're going to be chilling. It tell you that in the book of Job. And you want to be part of the Israelites, honestly, that's chilling. Or you may have Israelites, look, I want to die for the Lord. So, you know, the Lord said, precious in the sight of the Lord is the death of his saints. So it's a balance. Nothing wrong with dying for the Lord, but, you know, you will, me personally, I want to see the second coming of Yahushua, you know, in the flesh. Like Job said, yet in my flesh shall I see God. Job chapter 5 and 19. He shall deliver thee in 6 troubles, yea, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee. Meaning the Lord is going to always deliver you completely, even in the 6 trumpets. In famine he shall redeem thee from death, and in war from the power of the sword. Thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue. So the Lord is going to hide you from the scourge of the tongue. What's the scourge of the tongue? These Edomites and these high councils and these delegates and these governors coming at you with the words of their mouth, putting you to death through the power of the tongue. The Lord said the elect of his elect are going to be hid from the scourge of the tongue. And thou shalt not be afraid, neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh. At destruction and famine thou shalt laugh. Neither shalt thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth. So the Lord said a lot of Israelites are going to be laughing in those days. Have a bottle of wine, kicking back, relaxing. That's what the Lord said. Pray that you are counted worthy to escape all these things and stand before the Son of Man. Jacob's trouble is coming soon, Israel. Pray to increase your faith. Pray that your fear towards the Most High increase. Pray the Most High give you grace and mercy. And pray that the Most High put the spirit for you to trust in Him in those days. But the Naquan watchman for Israel coming back at you with these precepts and another cold cut, giving of course all honor and glory to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. Shalom.